So due to all these factors, the scarcity of petrol and the diesels and the gases, rise in the price of them, and the global warming and the pollution of the atmosphere and noise due to these vehicles, and we need to have some kind of alternate ways by which we need to find out the vehicles which can be moved eco-friendly. The solution is the electric vehicle and hybrid electric vehicles. EV in the sense it is electric vehicle, and HEV in the sense it is hybrid electric vehicle. What are these electric vehicles? And here please understand, we need not to understand more the depth design of these electric vehicles or hybrid electric vehicles. We should have to understand, because we are getting into the technology, new technology of the automobiles by using the electric energy, and combined or combination of these two, electric and the petrol, that is hybrid. So we need to understand, basically already we have understood the internal combustion engines, how they work, what are the sources, how the petrol engine work, how the diesel engine work, what are these two-stroke engines and four-stroke engine, why these are called two-stroke and four-stroke. All the details we are going to study them there, but here in the similar direction is not required to understand in the depth of as far as the syllabus is concerned. Okay, electric vehicle, and instead of we are going to use, for what purpose we are going to use, already you have seen the demo in the Toyota Kirloskar lab, which I have shown there. The engine which will be using the petrol or the diesel, and which will burn inside, it will give the power out, and this power which is given out will be coupled to the rear engine, the rear wheel, by through the differential gear. Okay, through the differential gear, so that it will be propelled. Only to propel the rear wheel of the vehicle we are using the engines. There will be two divisions. One is the ignition part or engine part, another one is a transmission part. Okay, so to have the transmission part to move or to run the rear wheel, we need to have some kind of input device, that may be a mechanical input or that may be electrical input. The mechanical input is our internal combustion engine. It will be burning the fuel inside. The cylinder piston will be moved down. That will be called as working stroke. And due to this working stroke, the power will be developed. This power will be transmitted through the transmission system to the rear wheel. It is a mechanical output. Now, the electrical input will be a source for the transmission systems in case of electric vehicle. Please remember. Okay. So in all automobiles already we have come across many electric vehicles are running, two-wheelers and four-wheelers, even three-wheelers are also running. You can see them. The main energy source is the electrical energy source. Okay. Its main or primary components are a motor to drive it, and a controller to regulate the or control the activities or to control the speed irrespective of load acting on it. For example, if it is sliding, if it is a slope down, then it need not to burn more electric power. Okay, it has to be governed by some other means. That governing is by means of a controller and a power source. The power source may be a battery. Definitely a battery is a power source, and a transmission system. Please remember, the primary components of electric vehicle are the transmission system, which will receive the electric energy and it will be transferring it to the rear wheel in the form of mechanical output, rotary output. That is a transmission. And power source, it is a battery, and lithium or some other batteries will be used. Okay, and to regulate the activities, just like in case of our petrol engine, it was regulated by governing. A governor was there to regulate these vehicle speed. If it is climbing up, the vehicle is moving up, what happens? The load on the engine will be more. So that time it has to give more air and petrol into the combustion chamber, so that more and more petrol and air will be burnt inside, and the more and more power will be developed, so that it can more or less the torque on the engine shaft will be uniform. So that will be controlling or governing. Here in this case, a controller circuit will be there, which will be regulating these activities. And another one, the motor is a one source. The motor will be coupled to the transmission shaft, and the motor again it will be coupled to the battery, and like this these connections will be there. So very important, 4 important components. And you can see that there will be a charger. A charger is a charger, and charging may be some other way by which, okay, it will be charged, the battery will be charged. Or if it is a moving vehicle, what you can say, the electric vehicle charging stations are very important. Electric vehicle charging stations are very important. Those we can see them later, discuss them later. Let me forget about this charger, later we can see them. A battery is required. That battery which will be converting this power into electric output, a converter is required. This electrical output will be a mechanical output that will be coupled to the rear wheel by means of a transmission drive systems. The transmission drive systems are those. Why the transmission drive systems are required? You can see that initially I am going to put a first gear and the second gear, then final gear. What happens is initially high torque and maximum load, less speed. Once it is taken some nominal speed, what happens? The torque on the engine will be lesser and there will be uniform speed, and we can go to the higher and higher this one. So initially more torque will be there. So definitely to overcome this we require some kind of transmission systems. Okay, that will be coupled to the electric motors, and this transmission system will be coupled to the rear wheels or wheels, even it may be a front wheel or a rear wheel. This is how the